Question 20. I think once we go through this question, you'll see it's a lot easier than the ACT is presenting it. And here's what they're hoping you'll do. You'll look at the question and you'll see that it's long, and then you'll go to the answers and you'll see that they're also long, and that they're all slight variations, and each includes W over D, and then we're just sort of moving around W over D in 2 hours all over the place, and it's kind of confusing, and then you just skip it. And in reality, this is a very simple question. All we're asked to do is compare the 2-hour trial with the 10-minute trial for experiment 1. And so we need to go up to figure 1, and we're just focusing on the first 2 bars, the 10-minute trials and the 2-hour trials. And notice that at every instance, 25, 25, 110, at every instance, the black bar is taller than the stripe bar. And so this means that the 10-minute trials were always higher than the 2-hour trials. Or worded a different way, the 2-hour trials were always less than the 10-minute trials. Now, if we go down to F, F appears to be the right answer because it says, well, for all oven temperatures, the WD value is greater than the value at 10 minutes, which is probably how we would phrase it. Again, if I went up to that data, the most natural way for me to say it is the 10-minute trials were greater than the 2-hour trials. But it's wrong because it says the 2-hour trials were greater than the 10-minute trials, which is not true. It's the opposite of the truth, actually. So F is wrong. Again, they're just playing word games with you, and don't let them win. Now, G says for all oven temperatures, the WD value at 2 hours was less than the WD value at 10 minutes. Now, that is true, and that's why the answer is G. Then it says H, they were all the same, which is not true, right? They were clearly different. And then J says for some oven temperatures it was higher, and other oven temperatures it was lower, which again, that's not true. It's a very clear trend. The 10 minutes is higher than the 2 hours. Now, what I hope this question teaches you is, obviously how to do this question, but also don't be intimidated when the questions look really long and confusing like this. Because when the ACT designs a question like this, they know that a vast majority of students are going to skip it because they think, well, I just don't have time to do it. But that was really simple. And in fact, that took less time than some of the other questions in this passage. So don't be scared off by these questions. You can do them.